Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Monday, January 14. The country should see a tapering down of dengue fever cases over the next 2 months as vector control efforts are ramped up and conditions change. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton gave this assurance in a statement to Parliament on the dengue outbreak.
The projections by the experts suggest that we should see or continue to see higher than usual levels in the month of January, but after January, based on the efforts that we are engaged in, we should see the numbers tapering off, and of course March onwards should become place the potential threat under greater control.
The health minister also highlighted that while the number of suspected and confirmed dengue cases so far reported are more than in 2017, they are significantly less than the 2016 levels.
As of January 3 up to December 2018, there were 830 suspected, confirmed or presumed cases compared to 215 in 2017 and 2,297 in 2016.
The parishes with the most suspected or confirmed dengue cases in 2018 were Kingston and St. Andrew, Westmoreland and St. Catherine. The National Water Commission, NWC, says the broken pipeline along Mandela Highway should be replaced by March. NWC President Mark Barnett says work has started and pipe laying will commence in another week or two. The 18-inch transmission main is part of the ferry supply pipeline.
Under the Major Infrastructure Development Programme, it was always envisioned to replace that main which was broken along with another major transmission main.
Mr. Barnett says it has to be replaced due to unrepairable breaks, which have disrupted water supplied to sections of the corporate area since last December. Mr. Barnett was updating the country during a press conference at the NWC's corporate office in New Kingston last Friday. He said the utility company would continue its scheduled distribution system to provide communities with piped water at stipulated times. Where this is not possible, water is being trucked to the affected areas.
And we have done that on a number of cases prior to the school reopening. And again, one of the priorities for us, now that school is back since Monday, we would definitely be prioritizing schools and public health institutions. So your clinics, etc., in these communities are going to get the priority for trucking activity where water would not have been sufficient through the mains.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has instructed the national training agency Heart Trust NTA to intensify its education programs targeting the business process outsourcing BPO sector. According to Mr. Holness, with the help of BPO stakeholders, education and training will vastly increase the country's employment rate, which stood at 1.3 million citizens in 2018. The Prime Minister has also called on Heart to configure its programs to address what he terms as an aversion to work among some Jamaicans.
We must rapidly increase our training to support the expansion of the industry. It can't be that we have investors here and we are not supplying very quickly the quality trained workers. We have to get cracking on that in a more aggressive way.
Pointing to the BPO sector's susceptibility to artificial intelligence, Mr. Holness says Heart and BPO stakeholders must transform their processes to include knowledge process outsourcing.
We cannot remain at the level at which we are in the industry. As I've said, the industry will not go away, it will not die, but it will transform. And if we don't transform, we will lose the industry.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking at the recent opening of the Port Authority's Data Entry Building No. 7 at the Montego Bay Free Zone in St. James. The building brings employment levels to over 10,600 at the complex and more than 36,000 across the island. In other news, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has promised the public transparency in dealing with the results of an audit report into the operations of Dunn's River Falls. He recently met with and received a full briefing from the boards of the Urban Development Corporation and the St. Anne Development Company. Pointing out that the audit report speaks to corruption at the management and line staff levels, the Prime Minister instructed the UDC board to move with alacrity to ensure meaningful action is taken on the matter. The Mining Ministry's Quarry Advisory Committee has been mandated to extend the quarry license for land mining operators from 1 year to up to 10 years. Portfolio Minister Robert Montague gave the update while on a tour of the Jamaica refinery and mines on Friday.
Persons who are like Jamalco, who is doing on-land mining, you can now have up to 10 years. So when you're doing your business plan, your finances can be assured that from the government side, from the regulatory side, you would have had permission to be in business for up to 10 years. So to turn around a 1 year on a major operation like this is ridiculous. So that we are making the changes and the government is in full support of the mining sector.
Minister Montague says persons who are involved in marine mining will still be granted a 1-year license because the environmental risk of that area is greater. Meanwhile, he says the Commissioner of Mines and Geology has also been instructed to revisit the island's red mud lakes to see what minerals can be extracted from them. And finally, Jamaica has completed the first phase of the ACP-EU Development Minerals Programme. The program was introduced to Jamaica in 2016. Through it, over 1,750 Jamaicans have received jobs in the mining sector, 54 quarries have been assessed, and persons have been trained in development minerals.
This program has helped the country to lay the critical groundwork to enable us to move forward in increasing productivity in the development minerals industry, better manage the quarrying operations that comprise the industry, adhere to national and international environmental health standards, and prevent conflicts through effective community relations. The benefit to the country has been many.
The mining minister was making the keynote address at the final conference of the Development Minerals Jamaica. The ACP-EU Development Programme is an initiative of the ACP group of states and is meant to improve the management of development minerals. These minerals are important for domestic development and include gypsum, salt, and construction materials such as sand, gravel, and marble. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.